Hello, this is Lou Dolphin, and welcome to Sentinels of the Multiverse, weekly one-shot number 39, Turning of the Seasons. Having been temporarily defeated on Earth, the silent menace Party Pooper, known only as Progeny, has sought refuge somewhere elsewhere in the cosmos. Unfortunately for the people of Dok'thorath, a visit from Melty McMeltface is not exactly a tranquil vacation. A pair of cosmic heroes and an unlikely awesome super friend have joined forces to put a damper on this wild weekend. I love the crossouts. They're so good. This is Progeny. Progeny versus Captain Cosmic, Skyscraper, and Guise in Dok'thorath capital. Progeny. Difficulty 4 villain. Ooh. If you happen to watch the Sentinels live stream that Handelabra does, I sort of guest host. I didn't really guest host. I was the replacement stream because of last minute issues. They couldn't stream, and so I said I'd stream, and then they hosted me. And the one game, well, I played 3 games. The first game I played was against Progeny. It was a team of 3 heroes. I remember Guise was one of them. I think Redeemer Fanatic was one. I don't remember who the third one was. I don't remember where the environment was, but I lost terribly. So, so I'm not really looking forward to this one. Difficulty 4, and I'm actually really bad at Progeny. I've played several games against him to try to get better, and I sort of have a little idea of what to do, but at the same time, I don't know. All the Scions are terrible. This is basically what it feels like to me. But I have to have 2 out, and then I have to decide which is the worst of these. I don't know. Let's see how this goes. It's a fixed start, so we have that going for us, which is nice. Your evil-doing days are numbered, no matter how dangerous you are. Have at them, allies! So I forgot to change settings before the stream started. I do apologize. I do like having card display time on absolute shortest, and I like to just lower those a little bit. Fun facts. Alright, so let's start by looking at everyone's hands. I'm going to go ahead and read all of these cards out. Captain Cosmic Space Power Fabrication. Reveal the top card of your deck, put it into play or into your hand. He also has an Autonomous Blade. Construct. Play this card next to a hero target. The first time that target deals damage each turn, this card deals one target 2 energy damage. We have a Cosmic Weapon. Construct. Play this card next to a hero character card. That hero gains the following power. Power. This hero deals one target 3 energy damage. Potent Disruption. One shot. Destroy one construct card. If you do, Captain Cosmic deals one target energy damage equal to the HP of the destroyed construct card +1. And a Vitality Conduit. Construct. Play this card next to a target. Whenever this card is dealt damage, that target regains 2 HP. We have Skyscraper. On her normal side, her base power is Surveillance. Power, draw 2 cards. She starts with an Aggression Modulator, Equipment Link. Play this card next to an environment target. Reduce damage dealt by that target to hero targets by 2. Increase damage dealt by that target to villain targets by 1. Proportionist. Ongoing Limited. Increase sonic damage dealt by Skyscraper by 1. When Skyscraper's character card is switched to a larger size, Skyscraper deals each non-hero target 1 melee damage. When Skyscraper's character card is switched to a smaller size, draw a card. Baratheon Monolith. Ongoing Huge. When this card enters play, switch to Skyscraper's Huge character card. Reduce damage dealt to Skyscraper by 2. Redirect any damage that would be dealt to a hero target to Skyscraper. At the start of your turn, destroy this card. And Undetectable Relinking. One shot Tiny. Switch to Skyscraper's Tiny character card. Put any number of Link cards in play back in your hand. You may play X Link and or Tiny cards now, where X is the number of Link cards returned to your hand by this card. And guys... His power, tough choices. Power, draw a card or play a card. How to choose. Also, Guise deals one target 1 melee damage, but who? He starts with 2 I can do that 2s. One shot. Guise uses a power printed on an active hero character card in play. If that power has the name of a hero in it, treat that name as if it were Guise instead, and you on that card means Guise's player. He also says, look what I found. It's a one-shot. Guise deals one target 3 melee damage. Is that target still around? I should do more damage next time. If that target is still in play, increase the next damage dealt by Guise by 1. And a selling out, ongoing, limited. Gotta have all the best swag. At the end of the environment turn, you may discard 1 card. You may play up to 3 cards that share a keyword with the discarded card. At the start of your turn, destroy this card. Alright. Now Progeny. Villain, Vassal of Destruction. Setup. At the start of the game, Progeny enters play, Vassal of Destruction side up. Cards are revealed from the villain deck until a Scion card is revealed and put into play. Other revealed cards are shuffled back into the villain deck. Gameplay. At the start of the villain turn, if there are any hero character cards with fewer than 10 HP, Progeny flips. At the end of the villain turn, Progeny deals each hero target 2 energy damage. So he's going to hit everyone for 2 energy damage repeatedly, unless he flips. And he flips once a hero character card has been beaten so much that it's in critical condition, 10 or fewer than 10 HP. If a hero character card satisfies that condition, he flips to his Cosmic Annihilator side. At the start of the villain turn, if there are no hero character cards with fewer than 10 HP, Progeny flips. At the end of the villain turn, Progeny deals the hero character card with the lowest HP 2 radiant damage. So, on his flip side, he's not hitting everyone anymore, but he's hitting the hero character card with the lowest HP. He is basically focusing solely on that hero until he dies, or they die rather, or gets incapacitated. It's a children's game, please. But once they become incapacitated, or they somehow regain enough HP, he flips back, and then he hits everyone again. But yeah, he will frequently be hitting everyone. A lot of his cards even say hit everyone. So, start game. The Scion we start with is the Scion of Blight, Scion. When this card enters play, Progeny deals each hero target 1 toxic damage. Then, if there are 3 or more Scion cards in play, destroy 1 Scion card other than this card. This is basically the disclaimer text on every Scion card. Each Scion is a specific element. This one is toxic. When it enters play, deal 1 toxic to each hero target, and then destroy a Scion if there are too many. And then there's the unique text of this card, which says, the first time Progeny is dealt damage each turn, 1 player must discard 1 card. So if we choose to hit Progeny, we have to pay ourselves. So that's what he starts with, and it comes into play at the start of the game, but he's still hitting everyone. So it's going through. Now his card play is Scion of Frost. When this card enters play, here's the disclaimer, Progeny deals each hero target 1 cold damage. Then, if there are 3 or more Scion cards in play, destroy 1 Scion card other than this card. The first time Progeny is dealt damage each turn, Progeny regains 2 HP. So not only if we hit him, not only are we forced to discard a card, but it'll also regain 2 HP. So it's currently very costly to want to hit him. He'll regain HP, so we have to hit him for at least 3 or higher, in order to actually profit a total of the positive number of damages to him. But furthermore, we have to discard a card because of his effect. It's actually only the first time he's dealt damage, though, each turn. So if I do hit him more than once per turn, I might want to be able to do that. But let's see. He's now hitting everyone for 2 energy, and there's no need to choose the order here. And thus ends Progeny's first turn. So the first time we hit him each turn, we discard a card and he regains 2 HP. So it's probably not useful to want to hit him. So the Cosmic Weapon, a hero gains a power of dealing 3 energy damage. That would deal a total of 1 after the Scion of Frost is said and done. But we'd still have to discard a card. I don't really like the Scion of Blight unless I'm playing a team of heroes who have a lot of card draw potential, and Skyscraper and Guise do have a lot of card draw potential. Skyscraper's normal side, draw 2 cards, plus her card draw at the end of her turn. She'll draw 3 cards if we keep her in normal, and if she plays a card in her turn, then she'll profit 2 cards. So, Skyscraper can certainly stand to discard 2 cards total. Guise also, his power says to draw a card or play a card, but the way I've played Guise, and I'm sure there's more than one way of playing Guise, but there's only one way I know that works very well, is to draw cards until you can get like a full setup of Blatant Reference and Guise the Barbarian and Super Ultra Kawaii. Is there one more than that? No, I think that's basically it. I mean, that and selling out allows you to get basically every unique ongoing he has in play, and then he's pretty powerful at that point. And he works really well once he has a lot of cards in hand. So he's basically drawing cards for a lot of the game until he can be set up to do a bunch of damage at once. But in any case, he does have a lot of card draw potential. His base power says to draw a card or play a card. Unfortunately, he also has to deal one target, one melee damage. If he does that, and if he hits Progeny, he'll regain the HP back, and then someone will discard the card. So that takes us back to what we wish to do. So Autonomous Blade, if we put this on a hero that's going to deal damage, then the 2 energy damage will negate the Scion of Frost. So then we're getting 2 HP, but then we can hit Progeny for the 2 back. We'll still have to discard a card to keep it in play though, but it is a means of getting past the Scion of Frost. Cosmic Weapon deals 3 energy. We'll still profit 1 damage though. I guess it's we'll profit 1 damage if this power gets used. Potent Disruption needs a construct to be in play. Vitality Conduit, whenever this card is dealt damage, that target regains 2 HP. Since Progeny is going to hit everyone for 2 energy, this will hit the Vitality Conduit once. And then if the environment hits everything, which this environment is very prone to doing, it will... Vitality Conduit can only take 2 damage once before it's destroyed, so it will only act once. But it will restore the 2 HP to that hero. So let's see, we have choices here. I'm not fully sure what's the best one. So I guess it's just dependent on what I'm going to do with the other heroes. And I know Skyscraper, we're not going to switch her size. Undetectable relinking would put her to tiny, but there aren't any link cards in play, so the rest of the card doesn't do anything. And she only has 1 link in hand that she would be able to play with her tiny power. But if we wanted to play that card, we probably would want to play it during her play phase, and it's currently not useful since there are no environment targets in play. So we're probably going to keep her in normal, so we're probably going to play Proportionist to get it out there, and then if we switch her to tiny, she can draw more cards, plus her base power will let her draw more cards. And then Guise, I feel like Guise is probably going to use I Can Do That Too to copy Skyscraper's normal power. So he can draw 2 cards. Because Look What I Found would deal 3, then someone has to discard a card, and then increase the next damage by 1. So we would profit damage overall, but we would have to discard a card. See, this is like my problem with Progeny, is that I feel like, oh, I can deal damage, but then I'll have to discard a card, so I don't think I wanted to do that. And then Progeny beats me, because I never ever hit him, because he keeps forcing discards. So, let's see. So if I'm going to use Guise's base power, he is going to be dealing damage. So I probably would want to play Look What I Found in that case. Because we are going to deal damage at some point. So if we are going to deal damage, you probably should utilize Look What I Found. Or utilize damage dealing, you know. So if I'm going to do that, Autonomous Blade will also go off if I play it on Guise. Plus Guise, if he keeps using his base power, he will consistently be dealing damage to Progeny, potentially to an environment card, but if there's no other environment target in play, to Progeny, unless you want to beat up some other construct, which I don't want to do just yet. So I'm going to play the Autonomous Blade on Guise. Alright, so now Captain Cosmic's base power, reveal the top card of your deck, put it into play or into your hand. And the card we reveal is a Harsh Offense. A one-shot. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Captain Cosmic deals 1 target X energy damage, where X is the number of construct cards revealed this way times 2. Discard all cards revealed this way. When I reveal this card, I tend to play it. I don't usually play it from hand unless I'm really lacking in options. But in this situation, I sort of feel inclined to not play it, because I would be dealing damage, for one thing. So someone will lose a card, unless I don't reveal 3 constructs. If I reveal 3 one-shots, or 3 ongoings, or a combination thereof, I would not be dealing damage. But if I deal damage, and it's 2 energy, because I only revealed 1 construct, Progeny will regain that, and someone will discard a card, and so we'll be down 1 card, but no damage will have been dealt. If I reveal 2 or 3 constructs, obviously that's a little bit better. But I think I just want to wait it out. Try to lose the Scion of Blight, perhaps. Because if another Scion gets played, I will have a choice between destroying Scion of Blight or Scion of Frost. So let's just put this to hand and not play it. And reveal another Potent Disruption. So Harsh Offense would have revealed at most 2 constructs if we had played it. On the other hand, if I had played it, we could have discarded the top 3 cards of Captain Cosmic's deck, and perhaps lost some of the cards we wouldn't want to draw, but oh wells. So we'll put out the Proportionist, as we've said. We're not switching sizes, so it won't act immediately, but we will draw 2 cards with Surveillance. We draw a Tectonic Chokeslam, 1-shot huge, switch to Skyscraper's huge character card. Skyscraper deals 1 target 4 melee damage. Skyscraper deals each target 1 projectile damage. Thorathian Monolith number 2. And her card draw is another Proportionist. So we don't have more than 1 link still, we only have the 1. But we do have 3 cards that move her to huge. So she is pretty huge based currently. So I'm trying to get a better handle of Skyscraper. When I first played Skyscraper, like my first several games of her, I always felt like we wanted her to be on huge because her huge power deals 2 sonic damage to all non-hero targets, which is pretty strong. It does hurt heroes if she has any damage boosts. But I've realized, since I've started playing her on digital actually, that she works really well in Tiny as well if she has a lot of links in hand, because her Tiny power lets her play up to 2 link cards, and then return 1 from play or 2 from trash to her hand, which is really great, getting cards back into hand, especially the links that only act when they enter play. But currently, like, we still only have the 1 link. If we were going to play it, we might as well play it during our play phase. But we're still a little bit more... We have more huge cards, obviously. 3 out of 6 cards are huge, but yeah. But currently, let's use I Can Do That Too on Skyscraper to draw 2 cards with Guise. We draw... yeah, I'm that guy. Ongoing Limited. When this card enters play, give another player a high 5. If you do, treat this card as if it had the game text of every ongoing card in that player's play area, replacing their hero's name with Guise, and you on that card means Guise's player. You know, I said I was going to play Look What I Found. Oops. Well, I can't rewind now. I just realized that. Well, whatever. I can do that too. I can still play Look What I Found, but I don't know. But we have a best card ever, 1-shot. Draw 2 cards. Guise deals 1 target 2 melee damage. Guise regains 1 HP. If you throw your hands in the air and yell, woo, you may play a card. Okay. So I slightly messed that up. I was going to play Look What I Found and then use his base power to draw a card. But I could still play Look What I Found with his base power. I drew 2 cards. I could also play best card ever. I don't know if that... Well, if I'm going to be dealing damage, you know, might as well go all the way. So yeah, let's play card. We'll play best card ever to start with. So we draw 2 cards first. Super Ultra Kawaii, Ongoing Limited. I'm not just a hero, I'm a magical love prince. At the end of each hero turn, if you have more than 3 cards in your hand, you may play a card. At the start of your turn, destroy this card. Let me see that. Ongoing Limited. Play this card next to an equipment card. That card affects Guise, as if the hero name on that card were Guise, and you on that card means Guise's player. At the start of your turn, play air guitar, destroy this card. And then deal 1 target 2 melee, so we'll hit Progeny. We have a choice of order. We're going to have the Scion of Frost go off first, so now Progeny's at max. Autonomous Blade, we might as well have go off. We'll hit Proj with this. And now Scion of Blight, someone has to discard a card. And let's see. We probably want to keep the Thorathian Monoliths. Being able to... So this reduces damage dealt to Skyscraper by 2, but also redirects any damage that would be dealt to a hero target to Skyscraper. So as long as Progeny doesn't do something like play a card that makes his damage irreducible or increases his damage by 2, we can negate his all-hero target damage. So we probably want to keep the Thorathian Monoliths. We already have a Proportionist in play, so that's probably a good candidate for losing. We have 2 Potent Disruptions. I don't typically play Potent Disruptions, but it can be a good damage dealer. You just have to sacrifice a construct for it. And I do like all of Guise's cards, so I think I'm going to lose a Potent Disruption. So Captain Cosmic loses a Potent Disruption. Guise regains an HP. We'll throw my hands in the air. I can now play another card. So we can now play Look What I Found. And this will hit Progeny. Increase the next damage dealt by Guise by 1, which is the very next action. Deal 1 melee damage plus 1, so we'll hit Progeny. We have successfully profited 7 damages to Progeny, and we draw another Super Ultra Kawaii. Alright, Orbital Bombardment. At the start of the environment turn, deal 4 energy damage to each non-Thorathian target, then destroy the rebel headquarters and this card. Oof. And we don't have a means of destroying this, so it is going to hit everyone for 4, including Progeny, who will regain 2 HP and then have someone discard a card. Except you played the form of the Harbinger. 1 shot. Reveal cards from the top of the villain deck until a Scion card is revealed. Put it into play. Discard the other cards revealed this way. Progeny deals each hero target 1 energy damage. So, he plays Scion of the Storm. Scion. When this card enters play, Progeny deals each hero target 1 lightning damage. Then, if there are 3 or more Scion cards in play, destroy 1 Scion card other than this card. At the end of the villain turn, play the top card of the villain deck. Ooh, scrumptious. So this entered play, so it's hitting everyone for 1. And then we have a choice between Scion of Blight and Scion of Frost. So these are probably the two tamer Scions. The Scion of the Storm is awful. Play the top card of the villain deck, give him extra card plays. Ugh. But Scion of Blight, having someone discard a card, I complain a lot about it, but, you know, at least we can choose when that goes off. And the Scion of Frost, similarly, we can choose when that goes off, except for if the environment hits them. But Scion of Frost does hurt us a bit, because every time he's dealt damage, or the first time he's dealt damage, he regains 2 HP, so you have to make sure you're pretty good at dealing damage. On the other hand, the Scion of Blight is going to hurt us in terms of being able to hold on to cards, unless we control how we do our damage. I am inclined to keep the Scion of Frost and lose the Scion of Blight. If the Scion of Blight comes back in play later, we might keep it in play, but we do need to profit cards for a little bit, so let's destroy Scion of Blight. And now, oh yeah, the form of the Harbinger is going off, so he's dealing each hero target 1 energy. So the Autonomous Blade will be destroyed once Progeny does his end of turn damage dealing, which is now. And the Hour of Reckoning. Ongoing. Hero cards cannot be played. At the start of the villain turn, destroy 1 ongoing card belonging to each player, then destroy 1 Scion card and this card. So, this is particularly annoying. Hero cards cannot be played, but... and will also destroy 1 ongoing card belonging to each player, but will also destroy 1 Scion card. So we'll be able to destroy 1 Scion without having a 3rd Scion enter play. So we can't play cards, but we can still put a card into play, and since there's no penalty for using powers, it's still better to use Captain Cosmic's base power, because worst case scenario, we don't want to play this or put this card into play, we'll put it in his hand. He'll still have 2 cards put in his hand instead of skipping and not doing anything, but we might want to put this card in play. Augmented Ally. Play this card next to a hero character card. At the start of that hero's turn, their player may discard a card. If they do, they may use a power immediately. Well, we don't have multiple powers in play, and Orbital Bombardment is going to deal 4 energy damage, which will kill Augmented Ally, so we're going to put this in hand. Sorry, friend. But we draw a Conservation of Energy, 1 shot. Destroy any number of construct cards. You may either draw X cards or play X cards, where X is the number of construct cards. Destroy this way, +1. Okay. So, and again, it's better to use Skyscraper's base power, because her base power draw 2 cards, plus her card draw at the end of her turn will be draw 3 cards, whereas if she skips, it would be draw 2 and not 3. So we'll Surveillance again. Rest and Recover, 1 shot normal. Switch to Skyscraper's normal character card. Skyscraper regains 1 HP. Draw 1 card and move 1 card other than Rest and Recover from your trash to your hand. Rebounding Debilitator, 2nd link. Play this card next to a non-hero target. When that target would deal 3 or more damage, prevent that damage, then either destroy this card or put it on top of your deck. And an Undetectable Relinking. And now we're on Guise. So, Guise... in like 99% of the situations you run into, Guise is another hero where you would rather use his power to skip twice, because you have the option of drawing a card, and if you can draw a card in your power and you draw a card at the end of your turn, you'll still draw 2 cards, but then you could deal 1 melee damage. But if we deal 1 melee damage to Progeny, he'll regain 2 HP, so he'll profit 1 HP. And we can't play a card because of the Hour of Reckoning. So Guise, contrary to the other 2 heroes, we do want to skip. We draw a Retcon, 1-shot, destroy 1 ongoing or environment card. Awesome! I'm a great hero! You may draw a card or play a card. Excuse me. And Gritty Reboot, ongoing limited. I'm hard-boiled, but not like an egg, like a detective. Whenever Guise is dealt damage, you may draw a card. At the start of your turn, destroy this card. Alright, so Orbital Bombardment's destroying everything. So, owie. And then the environment plays Freedom Fighters, Civilian. At the end of the environment turn, this card deals each non-civilian target 2 lightning damage. So this will hit Progeny, but then he'll... Oh, he's already hit by Orbital Bombardment, so he already went off. So we lose the only ongoing we had, which was Proportionist, and now we can choose to destroy a Scion, and we'll obviously destroy Scion of the Storm. I think that keeping the Scion of Frost over the Scion of the Storm is wise, because Scion of the Storm could play more Scions. So let's get rid of Scion of the Storm and control Progeny a little bit more. Beginning of the End, 1-shot, destroy 3 environment cards, destroy 3 hero ongoing cards, destroy 3 equipment cards. Not as bad as Devastating Aurora, but... And thankfully the only card in play that satisfies these criteria are Freedom Fighters, because we lost the only ongoing we had, so whatever. Alright, choose for me. Alright, so we're hurting a lot. We're hurting a lot. But I think now that we've lost the Scion of Blight, we might be a little bit better off. Alright, there's a lot of damage that's been happening, so the Vitality Conduit's probably going to be important. Captain Cosmic is 2 damage away from being at 9 or fewer. So, and when Progeny flips, he deals radiant damage. So, the construct we've yet to see, and I was hoping to see it early, but clearly we didn't get it. The Cosmic Crest makes Captain Cosmic immune to energy damage, and since Progeny deals energy damage, and also makes his construct cards immune to energy damage as well, which is also important. So Progeny would only hit Skyscraper and Guise with his end of turn action. But we don't have that card yet. So Augmented Ally, not currently useful. Each hero only has 1 power, except for Skyscraper, who, if she flips to a different size, or changes to a different size, she'll have a different power, so she could profit from Augmented Ally, but you also have a Cosmic Weapon of dealing 3 energy damage after, you know, after he regains 2, he'll only have taken 1 damage, and the Vitality Conduit, whenever this card is dealt damage, that target regains 2 HP. I'm inclined to put this on Captain Cosmic. Be a little selfish with it, but try to keep him at 10 or higher. The alternative is I just let Captain Cosmic go to 10 or fewer than 10, and then we lose Cosmic pretty fast. But then we'd lose a bunch of AoE damage, and if he becomes incapacitated, he gets to have a hero play a card, use a power, or reduce all damage dealt by 1 until the start of his next turn. Although I think we're probably going to put out the Thorathian Monolith anyway, so I don't know that we want to put out the Vitality Conduit if we're going to do that. And actually, if I'm going to put out the Thorathian Monolith, I should probably put out Augmented Ally so Skyscraper could still use her base power. Or I could give her Cosmic Weapon and then she could hit Progeny for 3, which is better than her huge power. I'm going to do that. Cosmic Weapon on Skyscraper. And then reveal the top card of Captain Cosmic's deck. It's another Harsh Offense. So now we don't have to discard cards. So I'm going to put this in play. We reveal 2 constructs, so that's 4 damage, so he'll still have taken 2. And we lose the 3 we revealed, but we get a conservation of energy. And the 3 that were revealed, I always get a little confused when it goes off that fast, but we reveal a harsh offense, a wounding buffer, and a cosmic weapon. So wounding buffer is a new card. Construct. Play this card next to a hero character card. The first time that hero character card is dealt damage by a target each turn, this card deals the source of that damage 2 energy damage. Alright, so we're going to Thorathian Monolith to try to save the team a little bit more, and then we'll use the Cosmic Weapon to actually profit damage on Progeny. And we got a Cortex Hyperstimulator, Equipment Link. Play this card next to a target. Reduce the first damage dealt by that target each turn by 1. At the end of its turn, that target deals itself 1 lightning damage. Alright, so Gritty Reboot's not going to go off because all damage will be redirected to Skyscraper. There are no ongoings or environments in play other than Thorathian Monolith, so Retcon's not useful. There are no equipment cards in play, so let me see that's not useful. Selling out, we don't really have cards we want to play. Super Ultra Kawaii, still don't have... Well, we have enough cards, we don't have cards to play. Like, both Selling Out and Super Ultra Kawaii, we need cards to play, we don't really have that. And, oh yeah, I'm that guy, the only hero with ongoings is Thorathian Monolith from Skyscraper, so this is not useful either. So I think we're going to skip with Guise, like his last turn, because if we hit Progeny for 1 melee, he'll still regain 2. So skip. We get another Retcon, and we get another Gritty Reboot, so not super exciting. Orbital Bombardment number 2. So this is rough. Jeez. Ugh. Obvious Futility, Ongoing. Damage dealt by Progeny is irreducible. Reduce damage dealt to Progeny by 1. So guess what? All this damage is going to be redirected to Skyscraper, and it's irreducible, so Thorathian Monolith and not useful. So we're just not having any sorts of luck here. But we can destroy Obvious Futility with Retcon. And we can destroy Orbital Bombardment with Retcon, and at this point we're going to have to. 4 energy damage is still only 2 to Progeny, but 4 to all the heroes, or 2 to Skyscraper however many times. Which is not good. We're not doing a good job here. I think we're going to put the Vitality Conduit on Skyscraper. I'm thinking. Vitality Conduit on Skyscraper. She still is probably going to put out Thorathian Monolith. Oh, so if she's going to put out Thorathian Monolith, we're not going to want to do that. But she is at 10 or fewer. On the other hand, Progeny will flip, and then he'll only deal damage to Skyscraper. So if we put out the Vitality Conduit on Skyscraper, we know he's going to direct damage at Skyscraper unless he plays one-shots or Scions that deal damage to all hero targets. Aggression Modulator is not going to affect the Orbital Bombardment. We don't want to put the Cortex Hyperstimulator on Progeny because he'll deal himself 1 damage and regain 2 on his turn. Oh man. We do have 2 links, but we don't have a reason to play both. Or we have 3 links, but we don't want to play 2 of them, so yeah. Rebounding Debilitator would prevent 3 or more damage, but he hasn't been dealing that unless he puts out the Scion of Flame. Rest and Recover would put her at 10, let her draw a card, and then move a card other than Rest and Recover. Tectonic Choke Slam, 4 melee. Ugh, I don't know what to do. I think we're not going to put out the Thorathian Monolith, so we're going to put out the Vitality Conduit on Skyscraper and try to keep her alive. Reveal the top card of Cosmic's deck. Energy Bracer, yes! Play this card next to a hero character card. Reduce damage dealt to that hero character card by 1. So we'll put that on Skyscraper. And now, I mean, with Obvious Futility, damage is irreducible, but once we get rid of that, we get another Augmented Ally. So I'm inclined to play Proportionist again. And then if that stays in play and I switch to a smaller size, she'll draw a card. because none of these other cards, like Rest and Recover, she'll draw a card, move either Thorathian Monolith or Proportionist back into her hand, and then gain HP, which will put her out of 10. So I want to keep her at 10 or lower than 10, strictly speaking. And Tectonic Chokeslam will hit every hero target. So yeah, we'll Proportionist again, and then we'll use the Cosmic Weapon again. Actually, with Proportionist, this will deal 3 Sonic to Progeny, but then it will hit each hero for 1 Sonic, so no, we'll use Cosmic Weapon. It will have the same effect, except, with Obvious Futility, it's... Okay, I forgot the damage reduction on Obvious Futility. Linky Incursion, 1-shot, tiny. Switch to Skyscraper's Tiny Character card. Reveal cards from the top of your deck until 2 Link cards have been revealed. You may put each of those cards either into your hand or into play. Shuffle the other revealed cards into your deck. Alright. So guys, what shall you do? We were going to play Retcons, right? So let's Retcon an Obvious Futility. We also want to retcon the Orbital Bombardment. Question is, do I want to use the play on retcon to play the retcon, or do I want to use the play on tough choices? There's also the issue of, well, we can do the 1 melee damage on the Vitality. No, we don't want to do that because... Actually, we can do it on Skyscraper. Never mind. Yeah, so we're fine. So the 1 melee damage on Progeny, he would then regain 2, so he'll have profited 1 HP, but I can hit Skyscraper and it won't actually go through because of damage resistance, so we can still use Guise's base power. The question is, would we rather play Gritty Reboot, or would we want to play Retcon and then draw a card and then draw a card? Because if he plays, so 16 cards left in his deck, and Guise is the highest HP hero, so if Progeny happens to play one of his 3 elemental outbursts, he will hit Guise thrice, and then that will have the Gritty Reboot act thrice. So that's a possibility. 3 out of 16 chance there. Form of the Harbinger deals damage. Scions deal damage. Inevitable deals damage. There's a lot of cards that can hit heroes. And then obviously the environment has a lot of cards that can hit heroes. So yeah, I'm going to play the Retcon number 2, destroy the Orbital Bombardment. And then I'm going to play a Gritty Reboot. And then I'm going to use this base power to draw a card, which is the Guise the Barbarian, ongoing limited. I am mighty and fearsome like the fabled alpaca. Increase damage dealt by Guise by 2. At the start of your turn, destroy this card. We'll hit Skyscraper. And then we'll draw another. I can do that too. And now the environment. Authority Ziggurat. Villain targets are immune to damage dealt by Thorathian cards. At the end of the environment turn, if there are fewer Thorathian targets than non-Thorathian environment targets, play the top card of the environment deck. Not a good card for the heroes, but not acting right now. Ooh, Elemental Outburst. Exciting. So this is Guise, who draws a card, and let me see that. It's Guise, who draws a card, say cheese, 1-shot, Guise deals 1 target 1 cold damage, then if that target is still in play and has 5 or fewer HP, you may play a card. And hits Guise, draws a gimmicky character, 1-shot, discard the top card of every deck, Guise regains HP equal to the number of target cards discarded, you may play a card. What's wrong with shark jumping anyway? Oh, and now Guise is tied for lowest. But this will have damage reduction. So we have that going for us, which is nice. Augmented ally on Skyscraper with the Cosmic Weapon lets her use the Cosmic Weapon and whatever power she wants with her size card. Conservation of energy, destroy any number of constructs, either draw X or play X, where X is the number of constructs destroyed plus 1. Harsh offense again, and then potent disruption, destroy 1 construct, deal damage equal to the destroyed one. And they're all on Skyscraper. So one, we want the damage reduction one, we want the regain HP one, and we want the damage dealing one, so I think we're gonna put the Augmented Ally on Skyscraper. She's getting really loaded on constructs. Reveal the top card of Cosmic's deck. Vitality Conduit. Play this card next to target. Whenever this card is dealt damage, that target regains 2 HP. I'm going to put this one on Guise, so we can try to keep Skyscraper lower than Guise more easily. Autonomous Blade. We already saw this one. So if we discard a card, we can use a power. I put that on Skyscraper. I don't know that I want to use it, though. Unless we put out Rest and Recover, in which case we could still... Yeah, if we used Rest and Recover, yeah. Because, like, the Aggression Modulator is still not useful. The Cortex Hyperstimulator, again, Progeny would regain HP overall. I mean, it would reduce the damage by 1. So are we willing to have Progeny regain an HP on his turn instead of dealing 1 damage to a hero? Maybe. And the other one is the Rebounding Debilitator that would prevent 3 or more damage being dealt at once. So if I put out those 2 links with their tiny card, then we would probably want to play Leaking Incursion. I mean, Undetectable Relinking I feel like is the one I want to lose because we have duplicates of that, and I don't tend to play that. I mean, I like this card. It's a good card. I can see how useful it is, but you basically want to have some number of links out before you would want to play it, and we're not really in a situation where we can play a lot of links. So let's discard an Undetectable Relinking to use the Cosmic Weapon power. So Progeny has been dealt damage this turn, FYI. And now we'll Linking Incursions, so we'll reveal cards from the top of the deck. Oh, first, draw a card. Micro Assembler. This card next to a hero character card. That hero gains the following power. Power. Discard a card, then search your deck for an equipment card and put it either into your hand or into play, then shuffle your deck. So I like this power because the act of discarding a card and then putting an equipment card, any equipment card from our deck, into play is basically saying, I'm gonna treat the card in my hand as if it were this other equipment that I want it to be. I just have to sacrifice my power to do it. Unfortunately, in this team, Skyscraper is the only hero who has equipments in her deck, so she would be the only one to benefit from it, and we're gonna be using her base power now, so we don't want to have that in play. But we have another Aggression Modulator. There are no environment targets in play. There are no environment targets cards in play. Oops, too many S's, guys. But we don't want that in play. We're going to put that in our hand. The Compulsion Canister, Equipment Link. Play this card next to a target. That target deals itself and one other non-hero target 2 irreducible psychic damage now. So we could put this on Progeny, and he'll hit himself for 2, and then wouldn't hit himself. Or we could put this... So this steals one other non-hero target, so Progeny... There's no other non-hero target, so Progeny wouldn't deal any more damage. Or we put this on the Vitality Conduit on Guise. Guise would regain 2 HP, so he'll be higher than Skyscraper for sure. And then the Vitality Conduit could then hit Progeny. And Progeny has been dealt damage this turn, so he wouldn't regain it. So we do want this in play. And I think we're going to put that on the Vitality Conduit on Guise. So the Vitality Conduit hits itself, Guise regains 2 HP, he's a lot happier, and then Progeny is the only non-hero target. And then we only have 1 power, so play up to 2 links. So the Cortex Hyperstimulator I think we decided was a bit better. Sacrifice 1 damage on our hero side so for Progeny to regain 1 HP. Provided that, you know, his damage isn't irreducible again. And now, since we drew the Micro Assembler, we could choose to play it. Rebounding Debilitator, when that target would deal 3 or more damage, prevent that damage. How likely is he to deal 3 or more damage? If he gets out the Scion of Flame, he could theoretically deal 3. I don't know that that's going to happen the next turn now. Would we benefit from a Micro Assembler on Skyscraper before her next turn? With the Augmented Ally, we could use that power to get some random equipment from her deck into play. Let Like the Neutralizing Resonator is one that, if you get it in play at the start of her turn, she could destroy an ongoing card immediately. So yeah, I think we're going to put the Micro Assembler in play on Skyscraper. That way, if there's an ongoing card we don't like that we want to get rid of, we can get rid of it. And now select a card to put into hand. Since there are no links on our trash, we have to select one link card from play. And the Compulsion Canister is usually the best one to put back into your hand, since this is a link that only acts when that card enters play. So we'll put the Compulsion Canister back in our hand, and we draw another Tectonic Chokeslam. So Gritty Reboot, you served us well. Guys drew 3 cards. So if I use I Can Do That Too and I copy Skyscraper's power, there are no links in Guise's hand, but he can put a link from play into his hand. And so you're in this strange situation where one of Skyscraper's cards is in Guise's hand. Don't think that's particularly exciting though, and we do want to keep the links in play. Gimmicky character would change the next card plays on the environment and the villain. We just have no idea what they are. Get Gritty Reboot again. I mean, if the environment plays a card that deals damage to all hero targets, that would benefit Guise. Guise the Barbarian. I could play Say Cheese to hit the Vitality Conduit on Guise so he regains more HP. And then he could play another card. Oh yeah, I'm that guy. There's still only the Proportionist in play. And then, let me see that. I don't think the links in play are useful. Like the Micro Assembler, it says treat the card as if you on that card is Guise's player or whatever. But this thing is, it's already played next to a hero character card. I don't know that changing the card's owner from Guise to, or from Skyscraper to Guise would benefit that. So let's say no. So what shall we do? Guise is pointing to I Can Do That Too. You could also copy Cosmic's Power. Reveal the top card of Guise's deck, put it into play or into your hand. I'm inclined to play Gritty Reboot. And then Tough Choices, draw a card, and hit the Vitality Conduit. Because the environment is likely to hit it for 2 damage, and Progeny is likely to hit it for... Well, he's not hitting everyone, but he could potentially hit it for more than 1. I don't know. Someone tell me what to do, he says in this pre-recorded video. It's like, I have a lot of cards, but none seem particularly exciting. I guess I'll just play Gritty Reboot, because potentially he could draw more cards. And do I want to play a card? I think we'll just draw a card. Where did I leave that? One shot, draw 2 cards. Did you get what you were looking for? If so, good. If not, you may discard the 2 cards you just drew to put a card from your trash in your hand. And we'll hit the Vitality Conduit on Guise. And we draw another Look What I Found. Genebound Ravagers, minion. At the end of the environment turn, this card deals each non-minion target 2 melee damage. So, though, yeah, and the Authority Ziggurat said, oh, there are fewer Thorathian cards than non-Thorathian environment cards, so we're going to go ahead and play the top card of the environment deck. And it played a Rebel Headquarters. This is the one that's good for the heroes. Hero targets are immune to damage dealt by civilian cards. At the end of the environment turn, if there are fewer civilian targets than non-civilian environment targets, play the top card of the environment deck. So now the Authority Ziggurat and the Rebel Headquarters are going to play a lot of cards. Order does not matter. We're gonna lose the Vitality Conduit on Guise, but he's... yeah, it doesn't matter if that goes off. Progeny will regain HP. Cosmic's now at 10 or fewer. Or fewer than 10. I keep saying the wrong word. Fewer than 10. Skyscraper regains 2. But she'll be hit for 1. So she'll still stay at fewer than 10. So she will be... I don't know if she's tied with Cosmic right now. Guise was hit. Give me a character. And then the Rebel Headquarters said there were fewer... whatever. More Gene-bound Ravagers. This one is now gonna take out the Construct. So order does matter. If I hit Skyscraper, then she's gonna take fewer damage. But then Cosmic will be the lowest HP. But I don't think there's a reason to pick or choose Cosmic over Skyscraper, so we'll hit Skyscraper first. Like, if I destroy the Energy Bracer first, we could have Skyscraper be tied with Cosmic for the lowest, but... ugh. Owie. I'm just gonna say, I'm not feeling confident right now. I'm just gonna say, I'm not feeling confident right now. But Guise drew another one, like a total beefcake, so why would you want to hit a beauty such as that? I didn't actually read it out. But we are destroying 3 environment cards. Okay, that's good. And then destroy 3 ongoings and 3 equipment. Ugh. So first off, let's read the card that I forgot to read. Total Beefcake, ongoing limited. Who would want to hurt such a beauty? The first time Guise would be dealt damage each turn, redirect that damage to the non-hero target with the lowest HP. At the start of your turn, destroy this card. So Total Beefcake can potentially redirect damage from Progeny. Fun fact. Beginning of the End is going off again, and we're going to lose 3 ongoings and 3 equipments, so we're going to lose all the ongoings and all the equipments. But we do have a choice here for the environments. Destroy 3 environment cards, there are 4 in play. And honestly, I don't see a reason not to keep the Rebel Headquarters in play. I also don't see a reason to keep the Authority Ziggurat in play, because this benefits the villains. And the Gene-bound Ravagers are hitting everyone, which hurts. So we're going to lose the non-Rebel Headquarters cards. This costs us everything. Together with the environment and Progeny, we've lost all of our setup again. And now Cosmic's the lowest HP. So Cosmic is going to take another 2 radiant damage on Progeny's turn, and potentially a point of damage from a card that Progeny plays, because there's still lots of potential bad things happening. So it's likely that Cosmic will fall. So if Cosmic's going to fall, what's the best choice? No constructs in play, no constructs in play, deal damage... No constructs in play. Autonomous Blade. When that target deals damage, deal damage. Or discard a card to use a power immediately. Ugh. You know, I destroyed the non-Rebel Headquarters cards, but the Aggression Modulator would have helped us. We do still have a Thorathian Monolith. We are probably going to put that in play. So if we're going to put the Thorathian Monolith in play, do I want to have her put 2 links in play? The Compulsion Canister is not going to benefit us again, because we lost the thing that we played it on, and Progeny's going to regain HP, and then I'm not going to have her deal damage currently. Or no, if I put out Thorathian Monolith, no, that'll be fine. Compulsion Canister. Yeah, so we're going to augment Skyscraper. Top card of my deck, Vitality Conduit. I'm going to put this on Cosmic. Gotta keep Cosmic alive. Cosmic Crust. There's the energy damage. Captain Cosmic and all construct cards are immune to energy damage. Power. Up to 3 construct cards regain 2 HP each. Alright, so discard a card. I'm gonna lose the Tectonic Chokeslam. So play up the 2 links. So we'll play the Compulsion Canister. I can now put this on the Vitality Conduit. So gains HP. It's Proj. And then we can put this on Proj. There are a lot of links in our trash, so we could probably put up to 2 from our trash, so we'll do that. Because I like those 2, so we'll take the 2. There they are. Play a card. Thorathian Monolith. And this will hit Progeny, won't regain the HP. So since we have a lot of cards and still haven't really... Like... So just going back to the decision I made earlier, which Scion do I want to have destroyed? And I chose to destroy the Scion of Blight. To say, okay, let's draw more cards. Well, we have a lot of cards now, but a lot of them aren't particularly exciting, so maybe I should have kept that one in play. Because if that's still in play, you know, we will be discarding more cards, but he won't be regaining HP, and he's regained a lot of HP this game, and he's still at more than half HP. And we're hurting a lot. Colossal Left Hook, 1-shot, huge. Switch to Skyscraper's huge character cards. Skyscraper deals 1 target 3 melee damage. You may discard a card. If you do, you may play a card. Alright, I can do that too. Can do 2 Sonic. Guise the Barbarian. So we don't have the blatant reference. We do have all the other cards in that combo that I like. Like Super Ultra Kawaii and Guise the Barbarian. So we're still waiting on that. But I could play Where Did I Leave That to draw 2 cards, and if I don't get a card I like, I can get Best Card Ever back. So we'll play that. We get another Oh Yeah, I'm That Guy, and we got another gimmicky character, and I don't like those 2 choices, so no, I did not get what I was looking for. Let's get Best Card Ever in my hand. And I could play Best Card Ever to draw 2 cards. Yeah, we'll do that. Best Card Ever, draw 2 cards. Retcon. Oh yeah, I'm that guy. Hit Proj. He regains it back. But I regain 1. And now what? I think Total Beefcake, maybe. I don't know. Gimmicky character, we would discard cards. There are 3 decks that have targets in them, so gimmicky character could potentially let Guise regain 3 HP. Want to save Guise the Barbarian? I can do that too. Could use that to look at the top card of his deck. Let me see that. Again, the equipments aren't exciting. Look what I found. I want to hold on to that one, honestly. Like, I was thinking Total Beefcake, and then I could, like, instead of redirecting to Skyscraper, I could have Total Beefcake go off if I wanted to, but... Nah, I'm gonna go with gimmicky character. Let's see what happens. We discarded a Freedom Fighters, so we gained 1. I lied when I said there were 3 decks. There are only 2 decks, because Progeny does not have targets in this deck. But the card we discarded was the Scion of Flame! Scion. When this card enters play, Progeny deals each hero target 1 fire damage. Then, if there are 3 or more Scion cards in play, destroy 1 Scion card other than this card. Increase damage dealt by Progeny by 1. So, it's good that we didn't get that played. It's bad because we don't know what he's going to play now. But we also lost the Freedom Fighters, which was also a good card. It was only going to hit Progeny. Captain Cosmic discarded a Sustained Influence. Ongoing. Whenever a construct card is destroyed, you may destroy this card to put that construct back into play. Skyscraper discarded to Catch the Ride. 1-shot Tiny. Switch to Skyscraper's Tiny character card. A hero target other than Skyscraper deals 1 target 2 projectile damage. Skyscraper deals 1 target dealt damage. That way 2 irreducible melee damage. And Guise discarded another Where Did I Leave That? And the Freedom Fighters, I don't think I read. Civilian, at the end of the environment turn, this card deals each non-civilian target 2 lightning damage. But with Rebel Headquarters, hero targets are immune to damage dealt by civilian cards. So I gimmick a character. I can gimmick a character again. Because you might as well jump the shark while jumping the shark, right? No, I think we're going to copy Cosmic's power. So let's look at the top card of my deck. It's a Let Me See That. And I've not found this exciting. I don't even think the equipments that Skyscraper has references skyscrapers, so... Oh, I could put this in player in my hand. Oh, the Compulsion Canister is in play. We'll put this in our hand. And we'll hit Proj. We draw Selling Out. Alright, so... Of course, instead of the Civilian, we get the Thorathian. Reduce damage dealt to this card by 1. At the end of the environment turn, this card deals each non-Thorathian target 2 energy damage. And then Rebel Headquarters plays another one, of course. So this will all redirect to Skyscraper. Progeny will regain 2 the first time, but it'll take 2 the second time. So at least the Thorathian Monolith this time was useful. Otherwise, I think we'd be, like, dead. Yeah, I really should have kept the Scion of Blight in play, considering this is a very draw-heavy team. 6, 8, and 16 cards. The Inevitable. One-shot. Reveal cards from the top of the villain deck until an ongoing card is revealed. Put into play this card. The other cards revealed this way. Progeny deals each hero target 1 energy. He plays... Hour of Reckoning. Hero cards cannot be played. At the start of the villain turn, destroy 1 ongoing card belonging to each player. Then destroy 1 Scion card and this card. Again, this will redirect to Skyscraper. Unfortunately, now the Thorathian militaries are gonna hit us. And there's not a damn thing we can do about it. But the Scion of Frost will be gone after the Hour of Reckoning goes off, so we have that. Real top card of my deck. Destructive Response. Well, yeah, constructs will be destroyed. On the other hand... Well, yeah, I guess we can hit Progeny with it. Whatever. Dynamic Siphon. Construct. Play this card next to a hero character card. Whenever this card is dealt damage, that hero may use a power. Discard a card to use a power immediately, but we don't have any other powers, so no. Thorathian Monolith is destroyed. Can't play cards. I could still use this power. This would hit Proj for 2. He'll regain 2. This will hit the Thorathian militaries for 1 each. I should have probably jumped the shark a second time, fun fact. But I can't play the aggression modulators. If I could switch the tiny and play the aggression modulators on the Thorathian militaries, I'd be so happy right now. She has enough cards, whatever. I could skip twice, but... whatever, this will hit the Thorathian militaries for 1 each. Explosive Reveal. One-shot normal. Switch the Skyscraper's normal character card. Destroy any number of link cards. Skyscraper deals up to X targets 2 projectile damage and 2 fire damage each, where X is the number of cards destroyed this way. Can't play cards. Hitting Progeny is a waste. I'm just not going to bother using that power. Best card ever. Look what I found. Defiant Looters. Civilian. At the end of the environment turn, discard the top card of each deck. If an equipment card is discarded this way, move it to its owner's hand. It will be destroyed by the Thorathian military. Abject Refugees. Civilian. At the start of the environment turn, each player may draw a card. Whenever this card would be dealt damage, a player may discard 1 card to redirect that damage to a hero target. You can potentially save the Abject Refugees. So for instance, the Vitality Conduit is dead. So if I discard a card to redirect the damage to the Vitality Conduit, that's great. Let's save the Abject Refugees if we can. And Guise has a lot of cards that he's probably not going to play, like the Let Me See That's. So redirect that to the Vitality Conduit, which was dead anyway. And then this is dealing 1 damage. Progeny is going to be hit by the Thorathian military, so we might as well hit Progeny, even though he'll regain 2. And we can't hit the Thorathian militaries, so we'll stop dealing damage, sadly. I think... yeah, if I could have found a way to hit the Vitality Conduit with the 1, but there was no way we could have destroyed a construct and keep the Vitality Conduit in place, so no, we'll stop dealing damage. And then this hits everyone. And then we can again redirect from the Abject Refugees, and the Augmented Ally this time is going to be destroyed. So we'll redirect to that one. So what are you gonna do, Proj? Time of Tribulations. Ongoing. Increased damage dealt by Progeny by 2. At the start of the villain turn, destroy 1 equipment card belonging to each player. Then destroy 1 Scion card and discard. So increased damage dealt by Progeny by 2. What? 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 Oh, but the Rebounding Debilitator got destroyed. Damage prevented. And Cosmic survives. So we really want to get rid of the Thorathian militaries somehow. But Scion of Frost is gone, so we can hit Progeny all we want. In fact, there are no Scions in play. And the Time of Tribulations would destroy a Scion anyway. So do we wish to destroy this card or put this card on top of her deck? I honestly don't know. Actually, so we can put the aggression modulators on the Thorathian militaries. So actually, no, we don't need to destroy the Thorathian militaries. We'll put the 2 aggression modulators on the Thorathian militaries. If I play Undetectable Relinking, there are 2 links in play. I could play up the 2 links or tinies. There are no other tinies in hand. What's in my trash? We have... where's... oh... the compulsion canister is currently here. It's in play. The target it was next to left play, but it's still in play because there's no text on this card that says when that target leaves play, destroy this card. So it's still in play. I would like to be able to get this back in hand somehow. But I can't do that before her turn. Oh, baby. I don't happen to have another augmented ally, do I? No. I have a dynamic siphon. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way of getting out the aggression modulators while still playing. No, I don't think there is. Destroy this card or put it on top of her deck. I'm going to destroy it. Cycle through her deck a little bit better. I'm going to put the dynamic siphon on Skyscraper. I think. Yes. Reveal the top card of Cosmic's deck. Sustained Influence. Sure, we'll put that in play. Cosmic Weapon. So Cosmic is the lowest, so he is going to be attacked by Progeny, just by the way. It's quite likely that Cosmic's going to die. I am going to have to turn tiny. Ooh. Actually, no, wait. What am I thinking? Put any number of link cards in play back in your hand. There's one link card in play. You can play X links and or tinies. If I play this, I could put the compulsion canister back in my hand, then I could have it played on Progeny. Amber alerts, sorry. That always scares me. Let's see. So if I play, I get the compulsion canister back in my hand. I play the compulsion canister. I use her tiny power to play the aggression modulators. I move the compulsion canister back into my hand. Then if I can get the dynamic siphon hit for 1, we can play the we can keep playing the you can keep playing and putting back in my hand the compulsion canister. I think that's going to work well with the Time of Tribulations out. So yeah, undetectable relinking. We'll put the compulsion canister back in my hand. I will play the compulsion canister on Proj. Except he is going to hit something. Ugh. Because I want to keep the Thorathian militaries out. So maybe I don't want to do that. Well, the Thorathian militaries are only going to hit Proj for 3 each. Abject refugees, everyone draws a card. We're fine on cards. I don't need to redirect us to a hero target, right? We don't want to do that. So no, we'll take out the abject refugees. We'll play up to 2 link cards. We'll play the aggression modulators on the militaries. Although if I'm going to lose one, if I play a compulsion canister on Guise's turn, by having Guise use his power to hit the dynamic siphon for 1, that's not going to be good. I mean, there are 2 blatant references still in my deck. The chances of me drawing a blatant reference with best card ever is really high. I'm going to probably chance that. So no. We'll put this on the Thorathian military. We'll put a card from play back in our hand, like the compulsion canister. We draw an explosive reveal. Best card ever, draw 2, Guise the Barbarian, blatant reference. Alright, we're getting set up. We're getting set up. It's happening. Deal 1 target 2 melee. Regain HP. Woo. And now we're going to do a lot of things. So start with Guise the Barbarian. We're going to play a card like Super Ultra Kawaii. We're going to hit Proj. Blatant reference. Now I'm going to play Selling Out. Thorathian Military. Reduce damage dealt to this card by 1. At the end of the environment turn, this card deals each non-Thorathian military target 2 energy damage. Not Thorathian military, non-Thorathian target. Another one! And the Rebel Headquarters plays another card! Another card! Alright. Well, this is going to be fun. Good news is... Actually, no, the Genebound Ravagers is dead because of the Thorathian militaries, and Proj is taking 1 more from this, and the heroes are immune to this. So far, we're fine. And then this is the same thing. Alright, so now it's the 3rd Thorathian military. That's gonna be problematic, but Selling Out acts first because the Ender play first. So discard a card. If you do, you may play up to 3 cards that share a keyword with that card. So I can retcon that Thorathian military. Unless I want Skyscraper to try to get... Oh no, if I try to get Skyscraper, if I hit Dynamic Siphon and Skyscraper plays up to 2 links, we can get Progeny to take out the Thorathian military for us. So we have to somehow do this, so let's be careful with this. I also want to get out a lot of cards, alright? I want to get out Blatant Reference. We don't have that yet. We want to get out... Is there a reason to play... Oh yeah, I'm that guy. No. Is there a reason to play Total Beefcake? That would redirect the Thorathian military's damage, so probably not. Is there a reason to play I can do that too? 2 link cards in play. Play up to 2 link cards and move 1 back into hand? No. Reveal the top card of your deck, put it into play or into your hand. We have 2 Say Cheeses, a Total Beefcake, a Where Did I Leave That, and 2 Extremes. Guise the Barbarian is increasing our damage by 2, by the way. So if I play Say Cheese on the Dynamic Siphon, that will deal it 3 damage. It'll be at 5 or fewer. We can play a card. So this is 1 card we can play for sure. We want to play a Retcon. No, we might not want to play the Retcon. Hold on. We might want to play the Retcon to destroy the Time of Tribulations. And then the links are safe. We need to get a Blatant Reference. Alright. Playing up to 3 cards. I have to figure out what these 3 cards are so hard. I want to play a Blatant Reference. In order to play Blatant Reference, I have to play it... Let me back up. You usually want to discard a 1-shot for this, because you can then play 1-shots that let you play any card which could be an ongoing. So if I want to play a Blatant Reference, but I still want to play 1-shots, I will have to play a 1-shot that lets me play a card, and Say Cheese, if I say Cheese on the Dynamic Siphon, I can still play a card. So I can use that to play the Blatant Reference, for instance. I can do that too on my own power, because this is out of my power phase, and Guise's card is an active hero character card in play, so I could do that to deal damage and either draw or play a card. Gimmicky character would also let me play a card. But let's see, so we definitely want Blatant Reference. We probably want to use the Look What I Founds. And I don't know that we necessarily want to do it, but we can retcon the Selling Out to play the second Selling Out and do a second round of card plays. I don't know that I have enough 1-shots for that, and I don't know that I have ongoings that would benefit from that. So how many Oops, let's not hit confirm accidentally. Oops. Let's see. So 1-shot, 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 1-shot. We have 6 1-shots. Discard 1, there's 5. Play 3 of them, there's 2 left. I don't know we could really benefit from that, honestly. It's a cool thought. It's always fun to retcon the Selling Out to play a second Selling Out. But no, I think I can do that too, into my base power. Because my base power also deals 1 melee damage. I could use my base power to play any ongoing, and then can deal 3 damage to the Dynamic Siphon, which will let Skyscraper play 2 links and move 1 back into hand. Because I was going to say cheese for that, but... But then I can play the Look What I Founds, and it will do more damage, and also increase the next damage dealt by Guise. Alternatively, I could play the second Selling Out, and play ongoings. And if I'm going to do that, I could use that to play Blatant Reference and Total Beefcake. I don't know that, oh yeah, and that guy is one to play, but it would copy It would copy Sustained Influence, so we could keep the Dynamic Siphon in play by destroying... Oh yeah, on that guy. Oh man. Analysis paralysis. But if I'm definitely going to use Skyscraper's Tiny Power to play the Compulsion Canisters. Progeny will hit himself for 4 Irreducible Psychic, and he'll hit the second Thorathian Military for 4 Irreducible Psychic, so I don't need to worry about the second Thorathian Military. That's for certain. If I play the second Retcon, I could choose to draw a card or play a card, although I would have to play a Selling Out in order to benefit, so I can't really draw another card from that. Yeah, so I can do that too, and 2 Look What I Founds are the best damage dealing things we have. Also bear in mind with not Blatant Reference, with Super Ultra Kawaii, which is in play, right? Yeah, with Super Ultra Kawaii, I will be playing more cards. So let's see. Let's start with I can do that too. Shit! Did that wrong. I discarded I can do that too. So I can actually still do the same effect, except I have to play Say Cheese for that, which isn't what I wanted to do. Deal 1 target, 1 cold, which is Dynamic Siphon. Skyscraper can use a power, play up to 2 link cards. Compulsion Canister on Proj. Destroys the second Thorathian Military. I can play a second one. Let's put this on Proj. Move to my hand either 1 link from play or 2 from my trash. One of the links will be destroyed in play. Unless I retcon it. Or retcon the Time of Tribulations. 2 in my trash. We have the Rebounding Debilitator. That's not what I want. Now I'm just gonna pull the Compulsion Canister back. Then that target is still in play and has 5 or fewer, so I can play Blatant Reference. Play the second card. Look what I found. My target is still in play, so increase the next damage. Like, look what I found! Oh, baby, that card is still in play! Alright, so I messed that up, but whatever. Destroy a card. Okay, so do we wish... I played the Cortex Hyperstimulator, but now I have to choose to destroy one of these. He will hit himself for 1 lightning, but will reduce the first damage dealt by 1. How many... So what can he do? Elemental Outburst. Form of the Harbinger, Obvious Futility will make his damage irreducible. Scion of Blight, Scion of Flame, Scion of the Storm, and the Inevitable. Lots of damage dealing happening. But the environment cards are not going to be destroyed. None of these hit non-villains. They only hit heroes. I'm just going to lose the Cortex Hyperstimulator because the aggression modulators should help me. Raj then plays Scion of the Storm, so he's hitting everyone for 1 lightning. Do I want to destroy Sustained Influence? Well, yes, because... No, wait. Yes, because then a Scion of the Storm will hit it, and then whoever this plays next to can use a power. I mean, Cosmic's dead, just so you know. So who do we want to use a power? If I play this on Guise, he can use his base power. This would deal 3 melee, and he could play a card. He plays Total Beefcake, that would redirect to the Thorathian military. Not super exciting. You might just want to draw a card because he needs to get something. Maybe another Say Cheese would be nice. Play this on Guise. Which it gets hit immediately, so Guise can use a power. So let's draw a card. Extreme. I haven't seen that card yet, so let's read that. Ongoing limited. It's hard to tell if I'm the most awesome or the most extreme. Probably both. Damage dealt by Guise is irreducible and cannot be redirected. At the start of your turn, destroy this card. So the only benefit would be to hit the Thorathian militaries with that. Which I won't do. We'll hit Proj. And there's Cosmic. Scion of the Storm plays an Elemental Outburst, which hits Guise. So one hero is incapacitated, one hero is at 3, one hero is at 4. What's gonna happen next? One player may use a power now. I like that one. Guys. So draw a card or play a card. I want to maximize my benefit of Guise the Barbarian while I still can. But we don't have damage dealers in our hand. So let's draw another card. Say Cheese. Alright, that's the damage dealer, and we'll hit Guise. Or, we'll hit Progeny. Now I can play a card. If I have more than 3 cards, I may play a card. So we'll play the Say Cheese I just drew. Because it deals 3 damage. And then I can discard a card to deal 1 target, 1 projectile. So let's lose, oh yeah, I'm that guy. And hit Proj. Oof. Alright, Thorathian militaries are going to do 3 damage each, so that's 6 damage, at least. Explosive Reveal, there are 2 links in play, so this will deal 2 and 2. The 2 links are where? Oh, they're the aggression modulators, I don't want to lose those, for sure. Tectonic Chokeslam, deal 1 target 4 melee, deal each target 1. Or the Colossal Left Hook, maybe I should do this. Deal 1 target 3, discard a card if I do play a card. Bear in mind, if I switch out a Tiny, I lose the ability to play 2 links. But, as long as I play a Compulsion Canister, well, I don't have to play the Compulsion Canister. If I deal 3 with Colossal Left Hook, and then 4 with Tectonic Chokeslam, and then 2 with her power? 3 and 4 is 7, 2 is 9, 3 and 3 is 6, that's 15. Okay. Oh hey, we know exactly what Dok'thorath is playing. At the end of the environment turn, this card deals each non-civilian target 2 lightning damage. Okay, so... this game's gonna end. And it's gonna be exciting. Colossal Left Hook. Deal 1 target 3 melee, discard a card if you do play a card. So we'll hit Proj. We'll discard the Explosive Reveal. We'll play the Tectonic Chokeslam. We'll hit Proj. And this also hits Proj as well, but it will also hit Skyscraper and Guise. Oh no, whatever am I gonna do? And then her huge power, deal each non-hero target 2 Sonic. I'm feeling a lot better because this game is over. It's just so ridiculous. Micro Assembler. Alright, play a card. Well, this would discard a target, and then he could play a card. Destroy an ongoing, you may draw a card or play a card. Unfortunately, well, let's see. 4 cards. We have a Say Cheese, a Total Beefcake, a Where Did I Leave That, in Extreme. If I draw 1 before his next turn. So maybe if I retcon, If I retcon the Rebel headquarters, we won't have to deal with the environment shuffling. Actually, the Rebel headquarters would help. No! It would prevent the civilian from dealing damage. That's the civilian, right? Yeah, we don't want the civilian to deal damage. I can retcon one of Guise's cards. Selling out is now dead. Every other ongoing is going to get destroyed immediately. So we'll retcon. We didn't really sell out. That was part of the timeline that was different. It was a retcon. That was a terrible card play. No, it was actually a great card play. We'll draw a card. Total Beefcake. Discard a card like Total Beefcake. Hit Proj. On a scale from 1 to 10, this is about close. This is about a close. Okay. Ooh, I can blatant reference again. I can Guise the Barbarian and blatant reference. Okay. Yes. Because none of these other cards deal damage, so yes, Guise the Barbarian. Draw a card to play a card. I shall play a blatant reference and then hit Proj. We draw Say Cheese. Thank you for drawing that. I'm gonna discard yeah, I'm that guy, and we'll hit Proj. He's at 1! He's at 1! He's at 1! Alright, okay. If you can't tell, we're gonna win when the Thorathian military hits Progeny, okay? But Freedom Fighters that we knew was being played, and then the Rebel headquarters plays an orbital bombardment, which will also destroy the Rebel headquarters. But then the Thorathian military hits Proj. Okay. Whoa, man. That was... Okay. So... Remember at that point in the game when I said, okay, Progeny's at like 60 HP and all of my heroes are at single digits? I don't think we're gonna win this one. Ugh. The best games of Sentinels of the Multiverse are those where you've basically given up all hope. We are dead. We're so dead. There's no way we can survive this. There's too much damage going around. But we won. That's one of my favorite things about Sentinels of the Multiverse, is how the game can change depending on, you know, not just cards that played, but cards you decide to play. So like villains, obviously you can't control what they play unless you have deck manipulation, which we didn't have in this game, outside of Jumping Sharks, which was unknown deck manipulation. But, yeah. We can't control what the villain plays, we can't really control what the environment plays, but we can control what we play. And as long as we keep our head together and make the right actions, we can play the right cards and use the right powers that will put control back in our side. And certainly after like the second round or third round, there was so much damage that has already come to the hero side and so little to the villain side. And after like the second hour of Reckoning, which after all the damage that had been dealt, we were once again at ground zero in terms of cards in play. We all had 0 cards in play, and we had less HP than we did before. We still managed to scrape that together. Very close, though. Very difficult. The previous several one-shots, at the end of each one, I felt like, well, I can see how people can struggle on this one, but I had an easy time. Or I said, oh, that was an easy one-shot. I don't know how anyone could possibly struggle with that, and then they did. I know last week I did feel like that was the difficult one. Although I played balls to the wall on one. The one before that, I think... That was the Gloomweaver one, right? The Skinwalker Gloomweaver one. At the end of that one, I felt like that wasn't a bad game, and I had an easy time. I didn't particularly feel like anyone would have too much difficulty with that, and then I read several posts about people that did have difficulty with that one. And then the Spite one, I knew people would have difficulty with because it's Spite. But anyway, this is one where I actually had a hard time with, and now I can legitimately say people are going to be struggling with this one. I am going to take the moment to, if anyone from the Handelabra team happens to watch this video, thank you so much for designing these one-shots. I see a lot of posts on the forums about hatred, or exaggeration really, but hatred of these one-shots. Like, I read a long post about how these one-shots are not a good idea. Like, having a fixed team would be great, but you're rewarding mints based on winning the first time. There should be mints for different things, such as heroes winning with 20 or more HP. Honestly, I'm fine with how it is, because mint comics in reality are hard to come by. You have to really work hard to get them, and getting mint on a one-shot such as this one, it's not luck-based. It's not at all. I had no idea what was going to come out each card play. I knew how to play each hero somewhat well. I had no idea how to play Progeny, but and I questioned whether I should have destroyed Scion of Blight instead, but it was winnable, and people can win it. They have to be strategic with it, and I feel like if you're designing a game where strategy is a heavy element, there will always be complaints about how games are too hard or completely impossible to win unless you have knowledge of what cards will be played, which is silly. It's a strategic game. You have to, at some point, blame yourself for your bad actions instead of blaming like the game for being hard. But anyway, what I was originally saying, I like these one-shots. I like them a lot. And if anyone from the Handelabber team happens to be watching this, thank you so much for coming up with this feature. I forget if this is number 38 or 39, but I've played every single one of them. I mean, if you want proof. Oh, I should have saved the picture of that on Steam. Oops. If you want proof that I've played every single one-shot, here you go. I've played them all from the start, and I've gotten mints on a lot of them. Near mints on a select few, like so. Near mint on Rescue Under the Sea, which was number 3. Near mint on Target Rich Environment. Mints on the typo cover of Wrath of the Thorathian, which was a rather hard one on Advanced. A near mint on Desperate Measures. A near mint on When It Rains. A fine on Ridiculous Challenge Time, but I managed to appear on the stream. Thank you very much for that. And then I've gotten mints since. This is my 8th consecutive mint, and that was, what, 5 non-mints? Yeah, 5 non-mints out of 30... Wait, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 30, 30... 5 out of 40 were not mint, so I've really enjoyed this. And getting mints on these is not impossible. Like, I've gotten near mints a few times, but I've gotten mint more often than not. So again, I keep reiterating this, but thank you so much for designing this feature. And from time to time, I do analyze each individual game. Earlier today, I analyzed a simple plan, which I streamed, or had the video last week of my victory. And earlier today, I analyzed the cards, and I figured out how to win on Fnatic's 4th turn. And I also uploaded that video. You should take a look at it, because it's quite the fun game. It involves a fully powered Wrathful Retribution and a almost suicidal Absolute Zero. But yeah, these are generally really fun. And if you are watching these, casual viewer, and you don't really like playing these one-shots because getting mint is near impossible, and you're watching my videos to see how it gets done, trust me, it's not just a I know what's coming in the future thing. That's not at all what it is, rather. But it's just strategic play. And, I mean, honestly, that game was somewhat lucky, too. So... Alright, I've rambled again, so I'm going to cut the video at this point. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed what you saw, please feel free to subscribe to my video feed if you haven't already. If you particularly liked things, or if you didn't like things, please leave a comment. I do see all comments, and I do respond to most of the comments that I get. I do accept all feedback, particularly with respect to, you know, how the video is handled, if I'm explaining things too much, if I'm explaining things too little, if I'm rambling too much about unrelated things, if I'm being too unclear with my card plays, or if I'm being too slow overall. I do appreciate all of it. But again, thank you for watching. Have a good night.